Hello, everybody. My name's Bo Cobb,
And I'm Sam Kessler.
and we are coming to you live with the National President's Address to the Nation. The last time that you saw us, we were in Phoenix, Arizona, representing you guys at the March of Dimes Volunteer Leadership Conference. And I have to say, Sam and I are both really proud to say that we did come back top victors at the March of Dimes as the largest youth partner. Sam's going to tell us about the NFLCs.
So as many of you know, and as I saw many of you at, we had our National Fall Leadership Conferences, 3 of them in the month of November. We went to New Orleans, Minneapolis, and D.C. I went to D.C., and we're just going to talk a little bit about what went on at that Fall Leadership Conference and why you guys should totally try to go out to those if you didn't this year in the following years. So anyway, when we went to D.C. this year, one of the things that I told you I was excited about at our last address, and one of the things that I did happen to be rightfully excited about when I got to D.C. was the fact that we were able to have visits with our senators and with our representatives. This wasn't only limited to state officers. This was anybody. If you signed up, you were able to meet with some people who could actually make a positive difference, not only for FBLA, but for your country. So that was an awesome opportunity, not only to help out the organization, but also to learn about the legislative process and to just have an incredible experience overall. And in addition to that, one of the other great things about the National Fall Leadership Conferences was the fact that we had something called the State Officer Track. So if you are a state officer, first off, anybody should go to these National Fall Leadership Conferences, and anybody can go. But if you're a state officer, we really highly recommend that you be in attendance because we have this thing called the State Officer Track, which is run by national officers from FBLA and PBL and the professional division. And we give you some tips and tricks to make sure that your state chapters are running as effectively, smoothly, and giving the best benefits to your members as possible. All right, Bo, so can you talk a little bit about the Pathways program that went on at the National Fall Leadership Conference?
Absolutely, Sam. And the state officer tracks were amazing, just like you said. At the last address, I told you that we were super excited for the PBL Pathways program. And so the Pathways program launched in the beautiful city of New Orleans, Louisiana. And it was just overall really exciting to see so many new opportunities for PBL members. This was the test year for the Pathways program. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns of what you would want to see in the future, make sure to email me at pblpress@fbla.org. And thank you all for coming down to New Orleans. It was really great, and all the workshop presenters just said that we're really employable members. Sam, I heard that you also went on a trip during New Orleans, so why don't you tell us about the ACTE convention?
So yes, just I think 1 or 2 weeks ago, I was in Nashville, actually back at the Opryland for the ACTE convention, ACTE Vision 14. ACTE, I keep on saying the acronym. What it is the Association for Career and Technical Education. FBLA falls under that category of career and technical education. What I got to do there was not only learn about the other incredible organizations that are a part of this organization, ACTE, like Skills USA, like some of the others, but the best part about it was I got to see why FBLA is so awesome, and I got to talk about why FBLA is so awesome to a bunch of advisors and a bunch of potential new members. We had a booth there. I was with FBLA Marketing Director Troy White. That was a really great opportunity for me to not only learn about the type of organization that FBLA is and why not only what great things we're doing, but why we're doing them. But it was a great opportunity for me to speak to some advisors, to meet some of you, some members, and really it was just a lot of fun, and it was great to be back in Nashville. So, Bo, you can also talk a little bit about next up our program of work. I think you had a little bit to say about that.
Absolutely, and it's just really exciting because at ACTE, didn't FBLA-PBL sweep out all the awards, Sam? Isn't that what we did?
Yeah, that's something I actually forgot to mention, the fact that ACTE, they give out awards to members in the business division who show excellence in business education. There are awards for 5 regions. There's one for the secondary level education, then there's one for colleges, and the great thing about this was FBLA is not the only organization represented in this division, but we swept out all of the awards this year, and that's really big props to you guys for not only applying to those awards, but having all of the stats that you needed to get them and being a part of this great organization to get you to that point.
Awesome. So, like Sam said, I'm just going to cover how the rest of our webinar is going to work. If you do have any questions, you can tweet me at natpblprez. And Sam, what's your Twitter handle?
My name is actually a great one, FBLA President. Pretty easy to remember.
All right, cool. So, it's hard to believe that Sam and I were at National Officer Training 6 months ago. But while we were there, the national officers go through an amazing training program where we create the program of work. And you can see our programs of work over in that corner. I think I've got it this time by hitting the flag. And all of our recordings of our program of work, and Sam's got his slide share up there to review. But the program of work is divided into 4 goals. The first goal being customer service, the second goal being relationships, the third goal being resources, and the fourth goal being image and awareness. So that's basically how FBLA-PBL on all levels, from FBLA to PBL to professional division to even the board of directors, categorize their goals. So I'm going to go on and get us started with the customer service goal. So customer service, what that means, it's worded this way. It's to be responsive to the needs of our students, advisors, and our business customers. So overall, division-wide, FBLA and PBL have set an objective to increase our national membership by 2%. And both FBLA and PBL are doing the 7-Up program, which is our flagship program, challenging you, the members, to recruit 7 members over last year's total, and you will be recognized at this year's NLC. So, Sam, what are other things that your team is doing for customer service?
So one thing that I'd really like to highlight during this address is a new program that the team's putting into action that we're extremely excited about, and this is called the Chapter Spotlight Program. So each month, your chapter has the ability to go on the national website. Everything's being put together right now. You should be able to apply by January. But you'll be able to go on the national website. There will be a form for you to fill out to apply to be a Chapter Spotlight chapter, or a Spotlight chapter. And what you'll do is you'll tell us a little bit about your chapter and some of your fundraising tips, recruitment tips, and membership engagement programs that you've implemented. And what you'll do is you'll be informed if you are selected by your region to represent their region as a chapter spotlight or as a spotlight chapter. And what that means is we'll be posting a page, a one-pager, representing, basically talking about all the accomplishments that you've had in addition to those tips that you shared with us on the national social media pages, and we'll even try to get you a mention in tomorrow's Business Leader. So the reason why I'm so excited about this program is not only that you guys get recognition on our national social media, all of that stuff that I just talked about, but the great part about it is that by the end of the year, what we'll do is we'll have an entire packet, basically, full of 5 chapters per month worth of tips and tricks to have a really successful chapter. And so you'll be able to review that on the national website. We'll be posting that places. And it's really great because it's not just us coming to you with some tips. It's actually you as the members, your local chapters, talking about what made your fundraising, recruitment, whatever those efforts were for, what made that successful. And I can't express how excited I am about that. And I'm excited for you guys to get involved with it. So, Bo, do you have any programs that you'd like to speak about?
I do. And Sam, I just want to commend you and your team for that awesome initiative. You know, member-driven content, that's, you know, it's going to be the most applicable to all of our chapters. So, you know, PBL, if you are tuning in or if you're watching this later, please email my team with your concepts because we love to share them. And just kudos to that, Sam. As for PBL, there are actually a few programs that were on our program of work. And this is something that both FBLA does as well, the Home State Advantage program. So our Home State Advantage, we utilize this for our objective of increasing 2% of PBL chapters. So all of my officers on the team have been doing an outstanding job, 3 chapters in 1 day, and got a lot of people in Kansas fired up. So just a quick shout out to Tori Marie. So if you do have a national officer that's in your state, whether it be, well, actually any of our divisions, just make sure to reach out to them and see if they can do a quick chapter visit. Another program, though, that we are working on is the Connecting Chapters program, which is currently going through development right now and should be launched shortly. But the really exciting thing about connecting chapters is that it's promoting all of us working as a lifetime association. So more information about that can be found on my social media page and soon on the national website. Uh, let's see, Sam, what are the other things that your team are doing? I don't want to take up all the airtime.
No. So one of the other things that we're doing that falls under that category of customer service is, you might have heard about this before. We're starting to put some coupons in tomorrow's business leader that you guys can use. They're from sponsors. They're only from FBLA-PBL sponsors. You can use them to get things, for example, like Krispy Kreme donuts, all of the stuff like that. People who you've seen at our conferences, you'll get some benefits aside from all of the incredible benefits for business education and all of that you get out of FBLA. You'll also get some of the monetary benefits like that. That's something we're really excited about. And it also gives you the opportunity to see some of the people, some of the businesses who know about FBLA and who are excited about our membership. I'll just say one more thing that I'd really like to mention is the Community Service Award. So we all hear about the Business Achievement Award, which is another award which is designed to, I've talked about this before, it's designed to get you recognition as a business leader, but it's also designed to basically give you a portfolio that you can use in the future for potential employers, all of that, by completing business-related activities. The Community Service Awards are relatively new. They're newer than the BAAs. They're structured very similarly in that you're going to be completing activities that come up with a portfolio of sorts. But with the CSAs, as you might guess with the name, community service, what we're really asking you to do is we're asking you to dedicate hours to community service to show that, well, it's not to show, but it just goes along with FBLA's commitment to community service, to organizations like our national service partner, the March of Dimes, that I'm so excited about this year. It gives you the opportunity to really participate in community service, and we're very happy about that.
Yeah, the CSAs are great, and I do challenge all the FBLA members to take advantage of the CSA. So a little bit more, and this is kind of where I want to brag about our team, or about my team. To provide additional resources to enable our PBL chapter's success, the Call to Order is a parliamentary procedure initiative that our PBL national parliamentarian, Jenna, created. You know, it was on the program of work, and now it's published. So we're already checking off things left and right, and we did work towards our e-learning center development. And once again, if you are confused of where I'm coming from, just up there in the top flag, you can see the PBL program of work for the 2014-15 year. And then, of course, on our program of work was the PBL Pathways program. So our team has been bulldozing through our program of work this year, and there's just a lot of really exciting things coming up. Hey, Sam, why don't you do you have anything else to add about your customer service and what your team's been up to according to your POW?
There's actually a lot that I'd like to speak about, but I'll only mention really one or two things that our regions are doing. So you hear these are all our completely nationwide programs that we've just mentioned, but there's also some really special things that our regions are doing on their own that are making that have helped them to be successful in, you know, bringing everybody together in those regions. So I'd really like to give a shout out to my entire team for all of the incredible work that they have been doing up to this point with especially the regional vice presidents getting their regions involved. I will just mention one example, which is Sarah Neatery, who is with the Mountain Plains region. She's doing some really great things, similar to that Chapter Spotlight program, to get you guys some recognition from your regions to help you out to not only, you know, get involved with FBLA, but to learn about how you can get more involved with FBLA. And I think that doing that on a regional level has been a really great tool for us to, you know, get you guys involved, and I'm just happy to have such a great team of especially vice presidents. Everybody is equally amazing, but I'm just mentioning the vice presidents who are doing a phenomenal job of getting their regions involved.
Awesome, Sam. Well, there are a lot more things that I could go into huge depths about with customer service because it is the most exciting in my opinion. But just on a quick note, since customer service for the most part is all about membership recruitment, I am proud to say, PBL, that we are up 9.8% from this time last year. So your recruitment efforts are not going unseen. Please reach out to a team member. And Sam, I know that you all are showing a tremendous year as well.
Right, right. It's going to sound worse now, but 3%, which is incredible. This is, I mean, obviously it's higher than last year. 3% is, it really is great growth. I don't think we've had this for a very long time. You guys are also on the FBLA level doing just an incredible job with recruitment. You're coming up with ideas that I never would have thought of. And so, yeah, thank you for that. FBLA is growing each and every day, and we have you, the local members, to thank for that.
Yeah. Well, Sam, do you want to go on into our next goal about relationships?
Yeah, I'd love to. So relationships is our second goal. We talked about how we've got 4 goals, and the idea behind relationships is to have the most effective partnerships possible within FBLA of any student organization. So one of the programs that I really love talking about is our March to the Top program, which is a partnership. We talk about partnership. This partnership is with the March of Dimes, who we've talked about a bunch of times already throughout this conference and throughout our last one. March to the Top program really encourages you to not only do stuff like you've been doing with the CSA program, which is community service, but it also gives you really the specific goal of helping out with the March of Dimes. And this is done by monetary donations. The ones who have the chapters who make the most money will get some benefits at the National Leadership Conference, like the reason why I'm so excited about this, breakfast with the national officers. So I'm excited to see some of you out there for your awesome fundraising efforts. So Bo, can you talk to us a little bit about what your team is doing with relationships?
Well, we have a few things, but you know, I'm really excited to report back about the Connection Circuit. So when I was campaigning for national president, I said I wanted to bring a job fair to the Phi Beta Lambda conferences. And although it's not going to be job fair-like, it's not going to be set up like an exhibitor hall, I can assure you that my team is about to begin working on getting some of the best employers to come to the NLC, and we'll have it kind of like speed dating, but for jobs. So it'll be really cool, and you know, more information will come out as it comes out later on after January. What about you, Sam? Anything else about relationships?
So relationships, it's in the name. We really want to enhance our relationships from the national level to the state level. And one of the tools that we're using to do this year is the it's the quarterly Google Hangouts. So I know some of you have gotten involved with that, especially you state presidents. What it is we're doing 4 of them. It's quarterly. You'll have the opportunity to meet with all of the presidents from your region, in addition to your regional vice president and sometimes some other national officers, to just talk. It's structured, but it really is structured to be a conversation, to talk about what you've been doing well with your state and with your region, and what things you want to get changed. Because I know one of the things that we always hear at the national level is that you guys really want to have the opportunity to affect change within the organization. This is the perfect opportunity to not only be doing things like you're already doing, which is suggesting things, but you're going to be doing this directly to some national officers, face-to-face, as well as some state officers. So some stuff that would be really well on a state level rather than a national level, you can bring that up there too. And also, we want you to not only have a better relationship with the national level, but within your own region, with the other state presidents. It's really a great time, and we hope that there is a state representative from every chapter, from every state chapter present at each of these regional hangouts. I would give you a date, but we plan these based around your schedules usually. So you'll be hearing about the date for the next hangouts in January. The most recent ones were at the end of the last month of November and the beginning of December, and they went phenomenally well. And something like that Chapter Spotlight program, by the way, came from some of the stuff that we talked about at our quarterly hangouts. So really, we do want to be putting ideas into action that are coming directly from you, because it's not like we have everything just right here at the national level. It's you guys who make the change.
Thanks, Sam. And then just a plug, there's in regional hangouts coming up shortly. But also, we just hosted a PBL State President Town Hall a few months back. It's hard to believe it's already been that long. And the next PBL State President Town Hall will be in January. So if you all are connected to us on social media, you've seen the links, and all of your state key contacts have received the invitation. So if you're a state president and you want to join us for PBL State Town Hall, contact your state advisor or contact me directly, and I can give you a link. just another one of our main relationship goals that I'm really, really excited to talk about is to foster a mutually beneficial relationship with the Department of Education. And, at training all of our team, we went to the Department of Education and we met with Secretary Duncan's assistants and had a great time. And then when I went to DC for the NFLC DC, I actually got to do a follow-up meeting. And I have to say, they really love to hear from us. So it's been wonderful. I wrote a little blog post for them, getting FBLA-PBL's name out there. Anything else about relationships for you, Sam?
There's a bunch of things that I'm going to be able to talk about, but I don't want to spend another 25 minutes on it because there's a couple things in the following section. So I think it'd be great if we move on to our next section with it, which is resources. I think you wanted to talk a bit about that.
I did. Really quick, though, before we go into resources, it is our division-wide goal to raise money for the March of Dimes. And just a small thing about that, the PBL National Officer Team has a March for Babies page. And if I raise $800, I will dye my hair purple for a week. So you can go donate to my page right now if you want to see my hair purple. Or I won't dye my hair purple if you give me $800. Doesn't matter to me, but I want to get $800.
So I have donated already to that fund, and I'm very excited because I know you're going to be successful. And I just do want to add on to that it's a division-wide goal on your level and also on this level to raise money for the March of Dimes. Our goal, we set a monetary goal each year. Our goal this year with FBLA is to increase our fundraising, our total fundraising by 11%. To $500,000 to $500,000, which sounds like a lot of money, and it is a ton of money. And it's great to think about how possible that is, considering the fact that we've raised over $15 million already for this phenomenal organization. And I'm excited moving forward that you, who are in high school right now, can make that difference while you're a part of FBLA. All right, now we can move on to
relationships. To resources. I'm sorry. So the resources is to focus on obtaining business and corporate sponsorships for our competitive events, our membership, and our scholarship programs. So our number one objective and our only objective for PBL on this side is to secure and retain sponsorships to ensure a continued 100% sponsorship of the competitive event program. And we really do have to give it to our hardworking staff. For 100% of our competitive events across our association are covered, and we win money. So our team has set a goal of recruiting 2 new national competitive event sponsors. And just a quick update on that, PBL National Treasurer Karthik Krishnan has been working extremely hard. We're doing assignments roughly every 2 weeks on reaching out to new corporate sponsors. So we're looking forward to it. What about you, Sam?
And I just do want to interject there. You mentioned Karthik. I just want to really recognize your entire team. The entire PBL team has done a really fantastic job so far this year, getting over 9%, which you just heard, recruitment above last year. That is crazy, and that is a lot of that due to not only the efforts of the local officers and the state officers, but also the national officer team, who has really been so motivated and also so helpful to our team moving forward. So I want to thank you for that.
Thank you, Sam.
Of course. So anyway, one of our goals, we have a few, is really structured around one of the big, larger goals of our team, which is to not only increase our relationships, increase our sponsorships outside of FBLA, but to enhance those sponsorships outside of just donations and some presence at the National Leadership Conferences. So one of the things that we're doing to achieve this objective is to have 2 exhibitors, at least 2 new exhibitors from sponsors present at the National Leadership Conference. And the idea behind this, like I said, is to benefit the members more, to enhance our partnership by giving you the opportunity to not only see firsthand or see face-to-face the people who are working alongside FBLA to bring business education to 250,000 students across the world, but also they have some really valuable lessons because these are adults. They've been through industry for a long time, and they have lots of stuff to teach us. And we're already doing a great job at achieving this goal, and I'm excited to see what we can do, and I'm excited to see some of you at the National Leadership Conference taking advantage of opportunities like this one.
That's awesome. That's really awesome, Sam. I mean, your team has just been bulldozing through your program of work as well. I did forget one other thing about our resources. The most fun thing ever, the silent auction at the NLC in Chicago this year. My Rockstar National Secretary, Kevin Thor, is working towards securing all kinds of awesome baskets. So, who knows? There could be Cubs tickets in those baskets, guys. So if you're listening, make sure to contact Kevin if you have a concept of what you want to vote for in the silent auction.
All
So,
right.
Sam, do you have anything else on this?
I do. I'll mention one thing, and then we can move on. The thing I'm going to mention is we, as many of you are aware, have a marketplace, an online marketplace, where you can buy things not only like trophies for managerial purposes, but things like this uniform, like this tie. There's bow ties. There's a bunch of stuff. Not only like there's T-shirts, sweatshirts. There's everything that you would want that is FBLA, PBL branded to get. It's really great when you wear them around just places like an airport and you see people who are like, hey, I was an FBLA. Go to the marketplace. The link is on the national page, and you can just Google it. I don't have it on me right now, but really, it's a great way to get that gear that you see us wearing all the time. But I'm talking about that because one of our goals is to increase sales of the marketplace, so more people are taking advantage of this incredible resource. And we're trying to do this by posting things on the Twitter account. You might have seen some posts recently about the bow ties, about some of the things that are available on the store, and we really want you guys to take advantage of this resource that we have and support all the stuff that we've got on right now, and of course the stuff that you might want to wear every day, like the T-shirts and the shorts and all of that. All right, so I think we're ready to move on to our final goal, our fourth goal, which is image and awareness, which is to make FBLA the best known student organization in the country. FBLA is already the best student organization in the country, but now we got to make it the best known, which maybe it is already. But anyway, one of the things that we're doing to achieve this goal is at the FBLA level to increase our presence on social media. So what we went through, you can go and view our program of work online, and you can see how we're refining and expanding our social media presence on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We talk a little bit about how we're using each of these outlets, and we've got two things listed here. That's the first thing. The other thing that that I'm going to mention is we are trying to make more use of our video of our YouTube page. We already post a bunch of videos on the YouTube page. The national office, the PBL team, the PD team, we already post a bunch of stuff on that YouTube page, which a lot of you are viewing right now. But what we want to do is not only have things like the information about our conferences, but also we want you to have the opportunity to get to know us as officers. So in the next few months, you're going to be seeing some videos from your national FBLA officers about how we got involved with the organization, some of our tips that we have, and really we just want you guys to know that we'd like to know you a little bit better, and I'm sure you'd like to know us better, and this is a great way to do that. All right, Bo, so can you talk a little bit about what you guys are doing for image and awareness at the PBL division?
Absolutely. So at the PBL division, just a big shout out to Ian Mullane because he actually helped us in the NFLC in New Orleans. That's the FBLA Western Region Vice President for all of you. So we actually started vlogging. So a lot of you may have seen those high energy, super fun vlogs. Believe it or not, we're actually like that. So some people thought that we were over the top. No, we were just that excited. So a big shout out though to all of my team. Every single one of them went vlog crazy. And that's not the end of the vlogs. They're gonna come around. But everybody's going through finals week right now, but be expecting some exciting videos. I mean, overall, we set a goal for our national Facebook page, and it's been achieved. I mean, the goals that we set out at the program of work, we only need 800 more followers to hit our national goal on Twitter. So we're actually right at projection. And overall, we want to hit the LinkedIn group to 10,000, and I think that's completely tangible. Ashley's been working really hard on that. And then lastly, we wanted to create additional opportunities to communicate directly with our membership. So this morning, for all of you awesome PBL people that subscribed, you received the email blast. So the email blasts are still going out, and if you did subscribe and you didn't get it, then just shoot me an email. My email's on the national site, and yeah. So I mean, it's looking like we're actually going to, we're at the 50% mark with our program of work this year. So what about you, Sam?
So that's all I really had to mention for image and awareness. But before we move on and talk about one more thing that's coming up, and as we close up the program of work, I just want to mention that obviously there's a lot more on this program that either we've already accomplished, that we're working towards accomplishing, that we're not going to talk about for the next 3 hours. You can read about this all online. You talked about, Bo, how we have a slide share to kind of walk you through this. We are so excited about absolutely everything on this program of work. And a lot of the stuff that you're seeing this year, even this right here, this President's Address, is something that's a part of the program of work. We want you guys to get involved. We want you guys to have the best FBLA experience possible. And the stuff that we just talked about isn't everything. There is so much going on with my team and with Bo's team. So, yeah, unless do you have anything else to say about the POW, Bo?
No, I just have to say, though, if you all are struggling on creating a program of work, or if you haven't created a program of work, it's never too late, because this is such an exciting time for me to actually go through and review the program of work and see that, like, we are on point. And Sam's team is too, and it's awesome because, I mean, we're very lucky for all the members of our team, for you all electing us. Really quick though, a shameless plug, don't forget that if you do have any questions, you can tweet us. I am at NatPBLPrez because I did get in a tweet. And Sam? Yours?
I am at FBLA-President. All right. So the last thing that we're going to do before we talk about some questions, we're only going to take a few, is the State Leadership Summit, which is coming up in January. Both Bo and I will be there. We're so excited to meet some advisors, some key contacts, and really meet you and help you to make sure that you're getting the best FBLA experience possible for your states. This is almost like it's almost like an NLC just for advisors. It's to make sure that the advisors who are running your chapters are really running them in the most effective way possible. They're aware of all the tools that are available in FBLA, and there are a lot of tools. And I'm really excited for that. I know Bo is really excited for that. Do you have anything else to mention about the State Leadership Summit?
The State Leadership Summit, it's always great to go to Reston, and for all the advisors that are tuning in, I will be teaching a workshop on recruitment, retention, intervention. So that's a quick surprise and brief look into the SLS. So we're going to open it on up to Q&A. I really did get a question from someone, from Stephen Bloomberg. So, what's the best way for my chapter to raise money for the March of Dimes this winter? Do you have anything, Sam? I'm sure you do.
Oh, I do. I think that the best way to, right now, is to take advantage of one of the tools that's offered by the March of Dimes, which is the March for Babies. Bo, I know you've got one of those. What you're able to do is you're able to set up an account online. Our national team is working on setting up our accounts. What you can do is you can donate. You can ask family members, friends, anybody who you want to donate to this account, and you'll even be able to put in your little email signature a window that shows how much you've reached relative to your total goal. This is a great, really easy, accessible way to raise some money, and it's fun to do because you can always set goals, and that's what we're all about with any leadership organization. You need to set goals, and you can set goals with the March for Babies tool, and yeah.
Yeah, all right. That's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, the worst thing that a person can say to you is no. And, like, that only took 15 seconds of your time. It doesn't cost you money to ask.
Right, right. It's much easier for them to say yes than to say no because it is for such an incredible cause. So really, you might think it's difficult to go out and ask for money for this, but really, there's no reason why not. It's so incredible, the March of Dimes, and you can't feel bad about it. You should feel proud of it. And I know that you already do, and that's why we already have been so successful.
Awesome. All right, Sam, did you get any tweeted in questions?
I'm actually looking. I'm not sure 100% yet. I'm having a little bit trouble opening my Twitter page. Do you have any on your account?
Yeah, 1 second.
While we're waiting, I just do want to give one more shout out. A really big shout out to my entire council, to Alyssa, to Oscar, to Mayank, and to Kayla for doing an incredible job with my President's Council, putting into action some of the things that I just talked about, in addition to some other things that we've been working on. They have all been incredible at giving their ideas and at working on the ideas that you as the members have given us. And really, I couldn't be more happy with the team that I've chosen. And so you should be really happy to have them backing you up at the national level as well. All right, Bo, have you found any questions?
Yeah, I have, but I think that our questions are going to a different event page.
Okay.
Comments like these, can they see our comments? Okay.
All right, I'm on my Twitter page.
Yes. Taylor asked, has it started? Yes, we did start.
Can they see the comments? Yes, we can see the comments, Jack. Yep.
Okay. All right. So Dave from Oklahoma wants to know, what's been your most challenging experience this year?
Do you want to go ahead with that one first?
Yeah. So, I mean, the most challenging experience is keeping up with schoolwork, to be honest, because whenever I log onto this computer, I kind of just get zoned right in. But, you know, it's taken a lot of time. I was really lucky, though, to serve as secretary last year, so I've learned how to balance time. But, yeah, I would have to say trying to avoid Outlook for about 10 minutes, that would be the most challenging thing because it's so addictive just to reply back. What about you?
I'll say the most challenging experience that I've had, it wasn't a negative thing. It's really helped me develop like anything that I've done with this organization. But it was really challenging coming together as this officer team with so many incredible ideas. I mean, and there's still a lot that we're coming up with every day. Just knowing that we couldn't put all of them into action in 1 year. We really had to whittle down what we were doing and put some ideas together to come up with the best possible program of work, like the one that you just heard about. And that was incredibly challenging, but it was also very rewarding because we really were able to weed things down to the most important and the most impactful programs possible. And really, even though that might have been challenging, that's why we're going to be able to be successful, and we're really going to be able to enhance your experiences this year with FBLA.
Awesome. Well, once again, you can tweet us at @NatPBLPrez.
Yep, and at FBLA President.
We are checking our Twitter. We'll leave this up until about 7:45, and then we'll wrap up. How does that sound, Sam?
All right. Yep. And I just actually got a question.
Okay.
What time did you say? I'm sorry.
I said that we would probably wrap up at 7:45 if we didn't get any questions.
Perfect. I just did get one question. What would be a good way to spread awareness through my chapter of the BAAs, the Business Achievement Awards? That's something that I'm sure every chapter struggles with. It's always hard to get really get the word out about these national programs. What I would say is to this is not as much a advertising strategy as it is a strategy to say why it's important to be a part of the BAAs, but have somebody who has been a part of the BAAs, who has participated in the program, show what they've gained from it. So I, as somebody who's participated in the BAAs, Bo, I know you too, have put together this portfolio, like I talked about earlier today, full of just this incredible stuff that I can show to future employers, all of that. And what I really encourage you to do is not only to talk about the BAAs abstractly, but to have somebody who has participated in the programs in the past show what they've gained from it. Now, if that's not possible, there's always some other great ways to do it, like by emphasizing the fact that you do get national recognition for being a part of the BAAs. You, of course, get the benefits that we just talked about. But really, the best way to do it is for you who knows about the BAAs to take initiative, do it yourself, then come back and talk about why you gain from it. The reason why we have so many people jumping on with these programs is not because they just hear about it online, but I really do believe that it's because they see the incredible things that other people are doing with it. All right, Bill.
I can actually answer that question a little bit of a different way than you did.
All right.
The best way, I mean, I'm assuming that you're a chapter president with the way that you worded that question, or some type of chapter leader. You know, it's not a bad idea to mandate that your officer candidates for your local chapter complete a level of the BAA before they apply to run for office. You know, the word mandate sounds so harsh, but like if you really think about it, once they complete it, you know that the people that you're electing are ready to represent you at your local level. So always think about that too. It's not a bad idea to make it into an award at your local.
Okay. Yep. So do you have any other questions, Bo?
I'm gonna refresh, and like I said, we'll turn off at 7:45.
Yeah, for the better. We got about, if you watched last time, we had about 30 or 40 minutes of questions, which we could, I'm sure, cover this time too. But
Yeah.
if you really want to see us answering a bunch of questions, go back and use our YouTube page to watch the last video that we had, because we cover a lot in that one, just like we did in this one. So, Bo, I don't see any left. Do you?
I have just one last one.
All right.
All right. So this one is, what have you done to increase membership?
All right. So I think I'll answer this one first. The thing that we have done at my local chapter to increase membership is we have hosted events specifically for freshmen, like a freshman picnic where we invited all the freshmen in our school, even if they weren't part of FBLA yet, it was early in the school year. We invited them to come out to our school's courtyard, play some football, get some pizza, soda. We had all of that stuff. We talked a lot last time, Bo, about food. It's great to have food at any event. We had some freshmen out there. The thing about the reason why I talk about freshmen specifically is not just discriminate against the older age groups, but the fact that if you were a freshman before, you'll remember that the clubs aren't always reaching out to you. You might have felt left out because oftentimes you were the one who had to seek out the opportunities. If you, as a member of FBLA, as a leader within your local chapter, start reaching out to those freshman members, I can almost guarantee that you'll be one of the only ones in your school who is really making a conscious effort to get some of those new students involved. Not only that, not only the fact that you will be able to get a lot of members through this, but you'll also get some really great members, because a lot of times some of the best members in FBLA, not the best, but the ones who really work up to the leadership positions, have time to do so. And getting involved in your freshman year is really a bonus to start early and work your way up to positions like national offices, state offices, and state or in local presidents and all of that stuff. So yeah, Bo, do you have any comments in regards to that?
Our entire team on PBL has just worked tirelessly. Countless emails have been sent out today, yesterday, tomorrow, to so many advisors in some of our old chapters and our inactive chapters and our unpaid. So if you are watching this and you've registered but you've yet to pay your dues, please go to the bank and send in a check. That way you can receive all the benefits, because just a sneak peek, I heard about the next Tomorrow's Business Leader, and I actually saw the cover, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. I can't wait to get my copy. So make sure that you get.
I'm jealous. I didn't get to see the cover of that even. So yeah, definitely check out Tomorrow's Business Leader. I just do an add on to that. Tomorrow's Business Leader is just one of the other tools that we have at the national level to help you learn about some of the great members and other organizations involved with FBLA. I really recommend all teachers should have a subscription. I really recommend you go to your advisor, you read that Tomorrow's Business Leader. It's a really great resource. All right.
All right. Well, seeing that there are no more questions, I guess the next time that Sam and I will see you is when he gets ambush vlogged at the State Leadership Summit by me. Make sure to like my page, PBL National President on Facebook, and the Twitter.
And FBLA National President on Facebook. We've got a lot of followers this year, and I'm really excited about that. All right.
And other than that, good luck. Have a wonderful holiday season. And don't forget that Sam and I and David are available for you at any time. And we've got a wonderful staff that works 24/7 just for you. So make sure to hit that little flag, and we'll see you in the next vlog.
Right. Good luck and good job with your competitive events, and I'll see you next time.
All right.